Good day, everyone. So this is our midterm project, Art Gallery, Famous Artists and Their Works. So our project is all about Edgar Degas and his three works. So let's first know who is Edgar Degas. Edgar Degas, born in July 19, 1834 in Paris, France into a wealthy banking family. Studied at École des Beaux Arts, traveled to Italy to study Renaissance art. Associated with Impressionism but preferred to call himself a realist or independent artist. Degas' works often focus on contemporary life, emphasizing movement and capturing fleeting moments. Suffered from deteriorating eyesight in his later years, impacting his ability to paint. Degas' influences inspired by the works of Ingres Delacroix and classical sculptures. Interested in Japanese prints and photography, which influenced his composition and perspective. Focus on themes and modern urban life, including ballet, cafes, and daily routines. Edgar Degas' contribution to the art world pioneered innovative techniques in capturing movement and atmosphere. Degas contributed to Impressionism through his focus on light, perspective, and contemporary subjects, though his style diverged from the movement's focus on plein air painting. Degas experimented with various media, including painting, sculpture, and pastels.
History of artwork. The Absinthe Drinker. Painted between 1875 and 1876. This work depicts a scene of urban Parisian life in cafe. The 19th century saw significant social and cultural shifts in Paris, including the rise of cafes as gathering places. History of the artwork. The Absinthe Drinker was a popular yet controversial drink of the time, often associated with moral decay and addiction. Initially received with harsh criticism, this painting was considered depressing and scandalous for its depiction of alienation and modern life. The Absinthe Drinker, period. Part of the Impressionist movement, though Degas focused on more structured and detailed compositions than his peers, reflects the realism and social commentary characteristics of the late 19th century. Depiction shows a man and a woman seated in a cafe, with a woman appearing despondent and lost in thought. A glass of absinthe sits before her. The man looked away, seemingly disengaged, smoking a pipe. Both figures appear disconnected from each other and their surroundings. Its theme, isolation and alienation, reflects the loneliness of urban life in modern Paris. Social commentary critiques the effects of absinthe, a symbol of escapism and moral decay during the time. Everyday realism captures an idealized moment of contemporary life, emphasizing authenticity. Symbolism. The absinthe symbolized the indulgence and societal decline. The blank expressions and physical distance between the figures highlight themes of detachment and urban ennui.
The history of the artwork, the Balili family. This was painted between 1858 and 1867 during Degas' time in Italy and France. It portrays the family of Degas' aunt Laura Bellini, her husband Baron Gennaro Bellini, and their two daughters Giulia and Giovanna. Degas painted this while living in the Bellinis in Florence. During a period, he was closely observing family dynamics and refining his portraiture skills. This work bridges traditional academic art and the naturalism that would define much of Degas' later work. It reflects Degas' interest in intimate domestic scenes and psychological depth which became hallmarks of this career. Painting shows a formal family portrait in a domestic setting. Laura Bellelli sits with an austere expression while her daughter are positioned to her left, with Giovanni leaning on her mother's lap and Julia is standing by her sister. Baron Bellelli, seated in the background, is physically and emotionally distant from the group, suggesting tension of estrangement. Subject and content of the artwork: the Bellelli family, tensions and estrangement. The positioning and expressions of the figure convey psychological distance and familial discord. Formality and restriction: the rigid composition mirrors the restrained societal norms of 19th century Bergerac. Observation of the character: Degas portrays each figure with individuality, capturing their emotional states and relationships. The Bellelli family symbolism: Laura Bellelli's black mourning dress reflects her recent grief over the death of her father, Degas' grandfather, signaling the somber mood. The spatial arrangement of poses of the family members highlight emotional detachment and fractured relationships. The formal setting contrasts with the subtle dynamics of unease, emphasizing the tension within the household.
History of the artwork: The Dance Class. The Dance Class, painted in 1874. The dance class reflects Degas' fascination with ballet and his commitment to portraying the behind-the-scene reality of modern life. Ballet became one of Degas' signature subjects, inspired by his visits to the Paris Opera and the rise of ballet as an essential part of 19th century Parisian culture. This painting, along with a companion piece, The Rehearsal of the Ballet on Stage, was commissioned by the French singer and art collector Jean-Baptiste Faure. The dance class, created during the Impressionist era, it demonstrates Degas' focus on capturing movement, light, and the authenticity of ordinary moments. Unlike many Impressionists, Degas did not paint outdoors but meticulously planned his composition in the studio. The painting shows a dance class led by ballet master Jules Perrot, a prominent figure in Paris' ballet world. Young ballerinas are scattered across the studio, practicing or rehearsing, while their mothers or chaperones observe from the sidelines. Perrot stands at the center, commanding attention and embodying authority. The themes of the dance class: everyday reality of ballet, highlights the discipline, effort, and unglamorous side of ballet, contrasting with its onstage beauty. Observation and individuality: each figure is depicted with unique gestures and postures, reflecting their personalities and states of mind. Intersection of art and labor explores the physical demands of dance as a craft, not just an art form. The mirror on the left subtly extends the space, emphasizing the studio's role as a place of hard work and self-reflection. The casual positioning of the dancers and observers underscores the everyday behind-the-scene nature of the scene. The dance class remains one of Degas' most celebrated works, embodying his innovative approach to composition and subject matter. It bridges the gap between Impressionism and Realism, offering a timeless exploration of movement and the human effort.